to be more flexible, because once those big leading, software operators will actually build it, all the small ones will be able to address the market quicker than the large one. Now, we see disruption in this business in a very big way, and obviously Facebook being one. And it's quite interesting because we all follow up with Facebook that has been very difficult with our gaming / requalified gambling companies, downlisting them from their pages and everything. And it's quite interesting to hear what Facebook is going to do in crypto and how they want to hold a space in the gaming field, which, again, they were very reluctant because of the underage issue and what they were going through. So I think it's really watching the space. It's going to be disrupted as, the travel and hospitality industry will all be. But I think the disruption will come from where we don't expect it. Any other questions from the floor? Well, okay, sure.
Maybe I can challenge one other of the assumptions. I don't understand also why it is so hard to implement crypto. Even if you have a legacy system, effectively this is just a payment provider that you need to put in front. And the University of Nicosia managed to accept Bitcoin for their payments 3 years ago. So they're literally out-of-the-box solution that you can put in front of your system. So I don't think the technical complexity can be the reason why they don't accept crypto. There must be other reasons, because technically it's really easy. This I can show you.
I think, I don't know, just off the top of my head, one advantage that the online gaming providers can foresee would be that if you would, just remit, cash or wires, through the normal way, then, especially in Korea, there are very stringent, FX, regulations and protocols. So if you want to send money out of Korea, you always have to go to a so-called foreign exchange bank in Korea, and they have built for a long time a very stringent supervisory system, so to speak. But if you somehow send crypto through its own network, then that's a completely separate network than the FX, the normal FX route. And then I can see that especially in Korea where online gambling is illegal, I can see why online gambling sites would be thrilled to accept crypto.
But the question was the other way around. Why are they not doing it today, given that technically it actually is not that hard?
Because unfortunately what we see in our deals is that first you have legal constraints. You have legal constraints, as you mentioned, about, for exchange and depository. What you have also is, in some of those larger agreements, you kind of have a monopoly how to connect to the platform, and not every API can actually connect. So you have those legacy agreements which are very difficult to transition legally-wise. So technically, it's a walk in the park. Regulatory-wise, it's a little bit of a headache. Legal-wise, you actually have to basically dismantle those very large agreements and to actually have, a right to connect, which and usually sometimes in those agreements there's a clause called the right to connect. And I think this is where we're coming from. It's a renegotiation sometimes of the agreement, so it's a bit of a challenge. Becca, do you want to add something on this point?
Probably this is come from the specific country history situation. And the second statement is, as I said, very enthusiastic about promoting blockchain business, but they don't know how to promote more effectively in the answer.
So I think it's a bit, and renegotiating those deals, honestly, very recently, we did a deal for an operator over Eastern Europe. It took, it took 3 years to do the
The deal between the gaming platform and the
Yeah, it took
payment service provider? Or
between the gaming platform and the operator, because each of the countries were regulating differently. And then we had, it's revenue sharing, performance issue, we're renegotiating and everything. So that gives you an idea, because there's a lot of, it's cumbersome on the operator that gets, licensed with all the email obligation and everything. So it's not an easy one, and we did face this in a very different industry, which is the airline industry, where, big, airline decided to take back this distribution and not give safer travel forward in the usual GDS. So it's a competition issue at the end. It is how much do you own about the technology, how much you can make it innovate, and how you depend on the providers. So I think it's more like, what happens when the dynamic change and this new technology and innovation. So thank you very much. Just a last word on, so next year in Miami, I hope you'll be all around and you'll come to our session. We're going to do a case study, which is going to be really interesting. We're going to do a case study live about how authorities, regulators, and operators are actually facing prosecution on an illegal gambling website. We have a situation in the US which is quite interesting. So we are doing literally like a mock trial and situation where you have to take down the website or cooperate with the ISPs and the operators and all of that. And we'll talk about all those issues. So this is the topic that we're going to do in Miami, and obviously you feel you have a good steer on this, please approach me if you're willing to have a speaking slot. And I think it's time for all of you, together with myself, to thank our great panel of speakers. Thank you very much, guys.